The fastest way to lose respect is trying to remove awkwardness. I know because I used to over-explain everything, every joke, every opinion, every boundary. In this video, you'll learn 5 awkward behaviors you can use word for word that instantly change how people treat you. I'll show you how this works with friends, at work, and in everyday conversations. Because when you rush to remove awkwardness, people read it as insecurity and treat you accordingly. The real problem. Most people think respect comes from saying the right thing. It doesn't. Respect comes from not rushing to make other people comfortable. Quiet people freeze for 2 reasons. 1, you don't want tension. 2, you assume silence means you messed up. But socially, silence often signals certainty. It says, I'm not nervous, I don't need approval, I'm good where I stand. The people who get respected aren't smoother, they're calmer. They let moments breathe, and other people feel it. Before we get into the moves, there are rules. Say it once, say it slow, then pause. No fixing the moment afterward, no explaining, no softening, no backtracking. Because the second you try to clean up the awkwardness, you undo the power. Awkwardness only works if you don't rescue people from it. Move number 1, the pause after you speak. Most people lose respect right after they say something important, not because what they said was wrong, but because they didn't stop talking. Here's the bad response. You make a point. Then you add another sentence, then another. Your voice speeds up, your tone rises. You're trying to make it land. The move is simple and uncomfortable. You say your point, then you stop. That's it. No follow-up sentence, no nervous smile, no justification. The pause does the work. Here's why this works. When you keep talking, it signals uncertainty. It tells people you're checking if they approve. But when you stop speaking, you signal certainty. You're saying, I've said what I needed to say. Let's replay it. Same situation. You say your sentence, then silence. You hold eye contact, your face stays neutral. The other person feels the pressure instead of you. That silence forces them to respond to you, not past you. 2 variations you can use. First, say your line, then nod once and stay silent. Second, say your line, relax your shoulders, and breathe out slowly. No extra words. The moment will feel awkward. That's the point. Move number 2. Not explaining yourself. Here's a moment where most people give away authority. Someone questions your choice, not aggressively, just enough to make you feel like you owe an explanation. The bad response is automatic. You justify, you explain, you give reasons they didn't ask for. The line you use instead is short. Yeah, that's just what I'm doing. Then you stop. No defense, no story, no logic dump. Here's why this works. When you explain too much, you put yourself on trial. You act like your decision needs approval. Short answers signal that the decision is already settled. Let's replay it. They ask, why are you doing it that way? You say, calmly, yeah, that's just what I'm doing. Pause. Watch what happens. Most people accept it immediately. Some nod. Some change the subject because there's nothing to push against. 2 clean variations. That works for me. I've already decided. Say it once, say it slow. Then let the silence sit. The awkwardness shifts off you and onto them. Move number 3, letting jokes die. This is where respect is quietly tested. Someone makes a joke at your expense. Not loud, not obvious, just enough to see what you'll do. The bad response is laughing along. You smile, you play it off, you signal permission. The move is doing less. No laugh, no reaction, no counter joke. You just look at them. Neutral face, relaxed posture, silence. Here's why this works. Disrespectful jokes survive on participation. When you remove your reaction, the joke collapses. The social pressure snaps back onto them. Let's replay it. They make the comment, you don't change your expression. You don't rush to speak. 2 seconds pass. They feel it. Most people immediately backtrack. Oh, I was just kidding. I didn't mean it like that. You don't respond. That silence communicates more than any comeback. 2 variations. First, look at them, then slowly look away. Second, hold eye contact, then calmly change the topic. No explanation, no confrontation, just presence. It will feel awkward, and that's exactly why it works. Move 4, saying less than expected. This move is for moments when people push for justification. They ask why. They want reasons. They expect you to explain yourself. The bad response is giving them a long answer. You list logic. You soften your tone. You try to sound reasonable. The line you use instead is simple. I'm good with that. Then you stop talking. Here's why this works. Short answers project confidence. They signal boundaries. They say the decision is already made. When you give less than expected, you don't create space for debate. There's nothing to argue with, nothing to pick apart. Let's replay it. They question you. You respond calmly. I'm good with that. Then pause. You don't rush. You don't fill the silence. Watch what happens next. Most people accept it. Some feel awkward. Some change the subject, because pressure only works when you keep engaging. 2 variations you can use. That works for me. I'm comfortable with it. Say it once. Say it slowly. Then let the moment move on without you chasing approval. This calm certainty is what people respect most. Move number 5, the silent exit. This is the final move and the hardest. It's for repeated disrespect, the kind that keeps happening after you've been patient. The mistake most people make is explaining again. They warn, they negotiate, they hope it will change. The move is simple. You stop engaging and you leave. No announcement, no speech, no emotional reaction. Here's why this works. Respect doesn't come from words, it comes from consequences. When someone realizes access to you disappears, behavior suddenly matters. Let's replay it. They cross the line again. You don't argue, you don't justify. You stand up, you gather your things, you walk away. That moment lands harder than any comeback. You're teaching people how to treat you by what you tolerate. And when you remove yourself, the message is clear. This is the line you don't cross. After that, respect either appears or you're done. Both outcomes protect your self-respect. Now we practice, because awareness alone won't change anything. I want you to repeat these lines out loud, not in your head, out loud. First line, that's what I'm doing. Say it once. Now say it again. Slower. That's what I'm doing. Notice your body. Relax your shoulders. Let your face stay neutral. Second line, I'm good with that. Say it calmly. Now add a pause after it. I'm good with that. Silence. Don't rush to fill it. Let it sit. Third practice. Say nothing. Hold eye contact. Breathe normally. Stay still. This is where most people fail. They escape the moment too early. Here's your tone cue. Say everything like you're stating the weather. No emotion, no edge, no apology. Just facts. We'll run it once more. That's what I'm doing. Pause. I'm good with that. Pause. Then silence. If it feels uncomfortable, you're doing it right. Awkwardness is the training ground. Confidence is the side effect. Practice this in low-stakes conversations first. At the store, with friends, at work. One line, one pause. That's enough to change how people respond to you. Don't stack the lines together in real life. Pick one and commit to it. The goal isn't to dominate the conversation, it's to stay grounded while tension exists. When you can stay calm in silence, people adjust. They slow down, they listen, they recalibrate how they treat you. Use this once a day. One moment, one pause. That's how respect is built. Quietly, consistently, over time. You don't need to announce it. You don't need approval. Let the discomfort teach you. Let the pause speak. That's the skill. That's the shift. That's the reason people start respecting you. Practice it until silence feels normal, not threatening. That is when real confidence shows up, without saying anything. Before you try to use everything, simplify it. You don't need all the moves at once. You need the right one for the moment. If someone questions your decision, use move 2. Short answer, no explanation. If someone jokes at your expense, use move 3. No laugh, let it die. If you catch yourself talking too much, use move 1. Say your point, then pause. If someone repeatedly ignores your boundaries, use move 5. Stop engaging, leave. That's it. Pick one move per situation. Don't stack them. Don't overthink it. Trying to do too much creates tension. Simplicity creates control. One line, one pause. That's how this works in real life. Let's recap. One awkward pause. One short answer. One moment of silence. That's all it takes to change the dynamic. You don't need to become louder. You don't need better comebacks. You don't need confidence first. Pick just one move and use it once this week. That's the assignment. And if you want the next skill, how to speak up without sounding aggressive, watch this video next. It builds directly on what you just learned and shows you how to assert yourself without tension, guilt, or over-explaining. I'll see you there.